Hi everyone, welcome back to our cybersecurity training program. So in today's section, we'll be mainly learning what is network or networking. The reason why we are learning this module networking in cybersecurity is, so if you ask some people before who wanted to come in cybersecurity or you want to come inside cybersecurity, they would always suggest you to do first one CCNA certification or networking certification, then come to cybersecurity. But in this module, we have included the networking basic part which is required for cybersecurity. Now, what is a network? Whenever we talk about network, a network is nothing but a computer network is a set of computers connected together for the purpose of sharing the resource. The most common resource shared today is connection towards the internet you call. Other shared resources can be included like printer or a file. If you are able to see a network diagram, a network computer is nothing but where the set of computers are connected together in the meaning of sharing purpose. Sharing, they may share their data, they may share their files, they may share their information. It may be anything. Whenever the group of computers are interconnected with each other for the process of communication, you can call it as. Now, what is the history of network or where was this network invented first? See, whenever we talk about history of network in 1957, there was a project called as Advanced Research Project Agency, which was formed by US, where the networking project was started. They want to connect a 2 to 3 computer system, then they try to do some experiment. Then in 1969, this project was named as ARPNet, means Advanced Research Project Agency Network. So it became functional. Then in 1970, this ARPNet connected to BBNs were brought into existence. And thereafter, 2 years in 1972, there were Roy Thompson develops a messaging app or email app, which is symbol called as @ comes to an existence. So if you know this email symbol or email which we are using, which was developed by the Roy Thompson. So now in 1973, 1 year later, there was ARPNet connected to the Royal Radar Network in Norway. This Royal Radar Network, which we are seeing, is which was used for the Navy purpose or Army purpose, you can say. Then in 1974, the term coin, okay, this internet term was coined. The first commercial use of ARPNet in Telnet is approved. Then it was brought to public, you can say, in 1974. But in 1982, the model called as the most famous model or the important model which we need to learn, which is called as TCP/IP model, was introduced by ARPNet. Then in 1983, DNS system was brought, which is also called as domain name system. So for this domain name system, we'll be mainly learning in the course further courses. Then 1986, the National Science Education brings a connectivity to more people in NSFNet program. So in 1990, this ARPNet was decommissioned. First web browser was launched. And remember this thing, the first web browser which was launched was called as Nexus. So and HTML programming was developed. As you know, in 2002, this is called as Web 2.0 was developed. So from 1957 to 1990, it was called as Web 1.0. After 2002, when they developed all this HTML, CSS programming language, it is called as Web 2.0. This is a general history of a network, you can call it. But so I told you right, in Norway it was connected, like the network Royal Radar system was connected. This was an example where the first computer network is born called as ARPNet. They tried to connect from these cable lines or throughout the long distance in the Norway. Then what they did was they started making communication between these places. So the red places or the circle places which you are seeing are the connection basis of the network. Now, history of network. The history of a network is like computer device networking goes back to 1969. Whenever the ARPNet, which is called as Advanced Research Project Agency Network, became the first connected computer network. It is implemented by TCP/IP protocol suite, which later became the Internet. This ARPNet was actually developed by the Advanced Research Project Agency, a subset of a US Department of Defense. So today, the internet or network which we are using was a gift from the US Army, you can say. Okay, the goal of ARPNet was to keep lines of communication open if the USA and the users desire to exchange the nuclear devices. The main motive of developing a network was only to exchange the nuclear devices, you can say. Now, What is the difference between network and networking? Till now, we learned what is a network. A network is nothing but a set of computer devices connected together for the purpose of sharing. But whereas networking is nothing but the total process of like creating that network, using the network, and all that hardware, software, then this it. So creating, maintaining, and other related activities. This will be called as networking. A network is nothing but for purpose of communication or the purpose of sharing data, group of interconnected computer devices will be connected. But networking is the process which is happening for sharing the data. Example, like creating a network, maintaining a network, or other related activities which is involved in network. This all comes between networking. So if you want to read what is the major difference between network and networking, please understand this. In every interview perspective, this question which is called as network and networking will be asked frequently. Till now, we learned what is networking, what is a network, what are the difference between network and networking. Now, let us see what are the types of network available. So, whenever we talk, what are the types of network available? There are the two top networking types of network which we know, which is LAN and WAN. So now, the different types of network which is available is called as LAN, WAN, PAN, VPN, SAN, MAN, and BAN. What is this LAN? Local area network. See, local area network is nothing but if you want to connect multiple devices in a small area of network, like if you have a one classroom or a one computer lab. Now you want to connect like 100 computers between this lab, you'll be using called as LAN. Or if you are having an IT company where you need to connect 200 computers at a time, that time we'll be using this type of network called as local area network. Then WAN, wide area network. Now it is only not one building. You are having two to three buildings are there. You need to connect all these buildings together in a single network. See, in IT company like big IT companies like Infosys, Wipro, they have multiple buildings, right? You can say, oh, so you need to create a single network to use all of them. So you can't say that here one network is there another network is there, another network is there. But you want to create all connected devices to a single network. That time we'll be using wide area network. Now there is something called as personal area network. I guess you take 1 minute of time and just think what is PAN. See, PAN is nothing but day to day life we'll be using it regularly. The most best example is Bluetooth. So this Bluetooth connected devices are known as PAN, our Bluetooth connection device or our hotspot connection device. These are all called as personal area network. Then VPN. VPN is nothing but like it is called as virtual private network. See, whenever we talk about virtual private network, it is like a tunnel. We usually know we'll be using multiple VPNs whenever we are connecting any computer system or visiting anything. So now this VPN is actually used for only secure communication purpose. You can say it actually hides our identity. So whenever we are using any VPN, this VPN will allocate us a different IP address. So in this section, we'll be mainly learning what is this IP address, how it is allocated, and all. So remember one thing: this VPN is actually a virtual private network. Now SAN, storage area network. Whenever we are talking about storage area network, this is actually used between the data centers. So whenever you are going to any data center, there the data exchange or the file exchange between the data servers will be taking place through this storage area network. You can call. Then metropolitan area network. Metropolitan area network is if you want to give a network throughout a city. Okay, you want to spread the network throughout the city, we'll be using this metropolitan area network. Then BAN, body area network. So I guess a lot of you people will be listening to this BAN or body area network first time. So this is nothing but so we'll be using some devices, some IoT devices for our body. So example is pacemaker. Pacemaker is nothing but the device which is used to control the heartbeat control. You can say. So this device actually has its own network, which comes under body area network.